Good evening, Taverners. How are we all doing? Welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Key. We are live for USMNT, the US, against the Socceroos. Not quite pleased with them accents. Mauricio Pochettino's USA against Tony Popovic's Socceroos. Former Crystal Palace captain. I think he played for Portsmouth as well. Tony Popović. Once scored against England as well for Australia, believe it or not. Kind of took over mid-campaign from Australia when Graham Arnold resigned. Graham Arnold now also coaching at this World Cup with Iraq. But yeah, big game this one. Looking forward to it. The US already... Well, both of these sides won their first game, didn't they? Both of these sides. Australia beating Turkey. That was a huge surprise. Don't think anyone expected that. Everyone kind of looked at this group, I think, and expected that the Aussies, with the greatest of respect, the Aussies would maybe be maybe not the whipping boys of the group, but potentially a group that they would maybe struggle to make it out of. I certainly expected USA to beat them here. I certainly expected Paraguay Turkey definitely, and Paraguay I think would have beaten them as well. But listen, to get a big win against Turkey is a huge result for Australia. They struggled in qualifying as well, Australia. They actually got beat by Bahrain just after Graham Arnold left. And then they went unbeaten to the end of the campaign. 2-1 win against Saudi Arabia. This is their 6th straight World Cup. And it should be a really interesting game, especially after the way they approached the Turkey game. I was really pleasantly surprised by them. Very much pleasantly surprised. Iran Kunda was incredible. Couple of very good goals, wasn't it, from the Aussies against Turkey? And, I mean, you could say the same with the US. Balogun was on fire. Fantastic performance from them. And, yeah, should be a good game. Looking forward to it. We've got 10 minutes or so to kick off. Before we get stuck into all that, I do want to say a big thank you. A big shout-out, of course, to Matchday Tavern sponsors, Oxford Natural. If you haven't yet, please do go and check out Oxford Natural and the wonderful Optimum Day and Night supplements. You can go and get yourself maybe a lovely before and after picture that Robbie from AFTV and Michael Owen have got, and KG, and there's, I'm working on my own. We're trying to make some positive health changes out here, and Oxford Natural are helping us with the Optimum Day and Night supplements. They've got some fantastic supplements on the website. Elixir, I think, is another one. Go and check it out anyway. Digest, I think, is another one. Go and check them out. Oxford Natural, 70% off your first order if you scan the QR code in the description, or if you, if you click the link in the description. You can go and find out about how Oxford Natural and the Optimum Day and Night supplements work, how they help with cravings, keeping your energy up, and making sure that you get rested and relaxed appropriately in these difficult times. If you're trying to make your health, if you're trying to kickstart your health journey, you're trying to make some positive health choices, you want to shift a few pounds and get that summer bod, go and check out Oxford Natural. And the big thank you to them again for sponsoring the Matchday Tavern throughout the FIFA World Cup. And with that said, thank you all for your patience. Let's get stuck into the game. The lineups are on the right-hand side. Matt Fries in goal for the US. Freeman, Richards, Ream and Robinson at the back. Malik Tillman and Tyler Adams sitting with Weston McKennie. And then you've got a front three of Serginho Dest, Ricardo Pepi of PSV and Folarin Balogun, the danger man for the US. For Australia, it's Patrick Beach in goal. Jacob Italiano, an incredibly un-Australian name there. Jacob Italiano and Alessandro Cercati, another un-Australian name at the back, with Harry Souttar and Cameron Burgess. Jordan Boss completes the back line. Matthew Leckie, Aidan O'Neill and Paul Ocon Engstler in midfield. Hang on a minute, Paul Ocon. Wasn't there a former Australian player called Ocon? Is he a relative? Is he a relation? I wonder. Nishan Velupillai completes the midfield, and then up front it is the Norwich City centre-forward, the danger man that we've been talking about in the Championship this season, Mohamed Torre, absolutely fantastic player. Him, looking forward to seeing him today. Surprised there's no Iran Kunda today. No Nestankori, Nestori Iran Kunda. Get your words out, Key. So very surprised by that. He is on the bench after scoring in the first game. But yeah, should be a good game anyway. I'm intrigued now. I've got to go and find out if Paul Ocon Engstler is any relation to a previous Ocon who played for Australia. Didn't he play for Borough? Sorry, I've got to, this is like scratching an itch, this now. Yes, Paul Michael Ocon. There he is. Former Australian soccer player who played as a defender and midfielder. Played for Middlesbrough, of course he did. Has he got a son who now plays? Ocon's son, Paul Jr., also a footballer, currently plays for Sydney FC. That's him. 21-year-old Paul Ocon Engstler starts today, just like his dad did for Australia at the World Cup. Love that. I love when you get that. Isn't that brilliant when that happens? Just recognise a surname. Sorry, folks. How are we all doing? Let's say hello to everyone. We're approaching kickoff time. Sorry, I've ignored you all. How rude. Where are we in the chat? Let me get the chat started on screen. Sorry. Jelly, how's it going, mate? Hiller. Who else have we got? I follow the Blues. Good lad. Good to see you. Football talks. This will be a good game. I'm saying 2-1 to the US. Yeah, tell me your predictions in the chat. What are we saying? What are we saying for this one? Yeah, Torre used to play for Randers. I'm glad a lot of people in the chat remembering Yaya Torre. Someone said Yaya in the chat. Mohamed Torre from his spell at Norwich earlier this season. Unbelievable. Lil Philly, good to see you. City of Northville, greetings, Key. Only just got everything sent over. It's not good enough, mate. It's unacceptable. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. Genuinely, very, very kind of you. I really do appreciate that. You're a very nice man. That touched my heart that today. Really did. I was picking my little girl up from school and I looked and I was like, no way. That's so lovely. Honestly, genuinely nice. I was I think my wife nearly shed a tear. It was very nice. 3 star says, put my money on a winning treble today. Won't be able to pick up my winnings until August the 29th though. Why? What's happening? A winning treble, August the 29th. Why are you playing on August the 29th? I saw, by the way, I did see Liverpool have got Australia. Liverpool have got Newcastle, haven't they? Opening day away at St. James's. That is a very, very tough opening day. Aftab, good to see you, man. Sarah, lovely to see you. Ethan, Finners Matty, Gooners Villains. Who else is on? There's Shell. And Mercury. Great to see you all. Great to see you all in the chat. Who else have we got on TikTok today? Who's in the chat on TikTok saying hello? Robert, I'm fuming. You've done it again, stealing from Newcastle. I was going to say, yeah, I thought that was mad. Crazy. Oh, Dylan. 15-3. What's 15-3? Gooner Forever. Yanks how to go overboard. They know how to go overboard. Is that what you're saying in terms of what the pre-match celebrations? City of Northville, tough. They're losing all the big players and have signed up no one. Newcastle may be fighting relegation if they don't make some moves. I see what you're doing. A little bit of reverse psychology there. You've got to go to St. James's and win. They're garbage, them. Who've United got? I've not seen any of the opening day fixtures, to be honest. I've seen Liverpool's opening 5. That's it. That is it. Yes, Mercury, absolutely agree. I was going to say, after your comment the other day, I wanted to see how your old man's doing. Hopefully hopefully on the mend and on his way out of hospital. Really, really sending love to you all, mate. Adam Timmins, home of the brave. Poch looking like Russell Crowe. And Gooners Villain says Liverpool need to send a bid for Lewis Hall and Tonali. Nah, we don't need another left back. We've already got Kirkes. Definitely don't need a left back. German referee Stephen McNair says go USA. Good to see you, Steve. Abdel Al-Zuli is a better option anyways. Al-Zuli is a very, very good option. I do think he'll be a good signing. Yeah, he's a talented boy. Dean says Liverpool finishing 4th. But honestly, mate, I'd take that now. Yeah. I would take that now. If you offered that to me, you said Liverpool can finish 4th, I'd gladly take it. Finners Matty Key acting like a teacher when they found out they're teaching a former student's sibling. When he found out Paul Ocon is son of the other Ocon. It's nice though, that happens a lot in football. It does. You tend to see a name and you're like, I remember that name. Steve says, Key, give this channel a promo or two on Twitter and whatnot. Took me forever to get on the new channel. Do you know what, Steve? Honestly, mate, I've promoted on Premier League Dad every single game, but I didn't want to keep doing it because ultimately it feels like I'm just irritating people. So, but yeah, you're right. I do need to start promoting them on X. I definitely do need to start promoting it on X. Clark, live show. Have you any tips to get likes and followers on X on an MUFC page? Connor, honestly, mate, I would just say just post frequently. That's it. That's all. It really does just respond to frequency. All of these algorithms respond to frequency. Quality as well. Obviously, it needs to be good stuff, but, you know, it is just, if you keep doing it, keep showing up. Stephen Morton, looking fresh. Sleep helps. I wouldn't say looking fresh. I have only just woke up, believe it or not. Literally 15, 20 minutes before this game, this live started. Bang, alarm on. Up, swill the face. On screen. Liam, our fixtures got blessed. The football lords gave us Hull City away and Ipswich at home first 2 games. Thanks a bunch. Well, we're off and underway here. Is it Seattle, this game? I think it is, isn't it? Is it Seattle? I'm sure it's Seattle. Let me have a look. Yes, Lumen Field. Lumen Field in Seattle. Would Ezal's really do well with Vlahovic up front? I mean, Vlahovic is... If you can get Vlahovic fit, he's a hell of a player, but I'm not entirely sure I'd back him. Good strike. Shot on target for the Aussies. Starts off the early doors. Mohamed Torres had a sighter. And that all came, didn't it, from the US playing out poorly from the back. It's probably not a place you'd want Mohamed Torres to be having a shot from. Kind of the upper 90. He had a shot there. It just didn't... It wasn't really an area you'd expect a striker to shoot from. And it was quite comfortable from the keeper. But... the defence there not covering themselves in glory. Chris Richards, the Crystal Palace centre-back. I think a pass just kind of overran him and... it's very... Do you know what? It is odd, isn't it? Crystal Palace play with a back three. And Chris Richards plays, if I'm not mistaken, on the right of that back three at Crystal Palace. Here, though, he's playing in the centre. Tim Ream, who's like 38... something like that, 38, 39, whatever he is. Tim Ream's playing on the left-hand side of a back three. That's the worst place you'd want him, surely. That's a place where you would get him isolated against pace, with the wingers on the right-hand side. Surely you'd want Ream in the centre, you know, heading the ball away. Apparently Liverpool have about to make a bid for Juventus midfielder Kefren Turam, according to Core Sport. £35 million. Juventus need to sell to balance the books, and Kefren Turam is apparently one that Liverpool have their eye on. 35 million quid for Kefren Turam. Not sure about that one. Adam Timmins, key on the night shift. Seattle, Washington, D.C. And Seismically says, you definitely don't need to put good stuff on Twitter to get followers. It's 99% rage bait. That's, yeah, maybe that is to some extent true. There is some really good stuff, though, on X. Not all of it, but I think there's some fantastic content creators who make, you know, great articles and things like that. Really like long threads and stuff, which I find really interesting. There's a lot of good football content creators who share good stuff on X. I'd like to do more stuff like that, really. Certainly planning to do so for the start of the new season. Christian Pulisic not starting for the US. That's got to be a surprise. Little bit of a, was it hamstring injury in training in midweek? Luke Watts, how's it going, Luke? Lovely to see you, mate. Graham, Shahid, Andy Foster. Daddy Oz is crazy, that. 35 million sounds like a bargain price and worth a gamble. Just comment things you know are wrong. People will flood to your X. The LeBron James of soccer, yeah. Christian Pulisic, he's basically the LeBron James of soccer. Robert, apparently we are eyeing up Cody Gakpo. Please no. Oh, Robert, don't buy into the garbage from Liverpool fans. Cody Gakpo is a wonderful player, genuinely. He's a very, very good player. Very, very good player. He's been a big part of Liverpool and the success we've had over the last few years. He was a regular for us when we won the title. Don't buy into this nonsense that he's some guy. It's just Liverpool fans that basically looking for a reason, a scapegoat for why we were terrible last year. And Cody Gakpo's the one they've laid all the blame on. It's nonsense. If it wasn't Gakpo, it was Slot. That was all it was. C. Wheatley, fancy us to go far in Europa. Definitely get to the knockouts. I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, I'll be watching Sunderland in the Europa all season. Whoa, whoa! Good ball in from the left-hand side. Anthony Robinson, chance. He's give a foul, the referee. Anthony Robinson did well on that left-hand side to get the ball back in. Weston McKennie, I think, was the one who got his head to it. It's a good ball forward. Excellent football from the US. Fabulous cross in. Weston McKennie gets his head to it, but the Aussies just about scramble it away. I think it was for a high foot, maybe. Was it? Or handball? No, it was the pull on the shirt from Balogun. That's what it was. As the Aussies were trying to clear it away, it was a pull on the shirt from Balogun. I think it was on... who was it? Who's the Aussie centre-back? Who's a centre-back for the Aussies today? Is it Sakati? It was either Sakati or Sutar, anyway. City of Northville. Gakpo's only real problem is he needs to work with a shooting coach to tighten up that final shot, because my God, does he miss close. Yeah, he's guilty. He is guilty of being a little bit profligate, for sure. There's no doubt about that. I think the bigger issue for Cody Gakpo is he's very predictable. And I think if you're going to be predictable, like constantly cutting in on the right-hand side, then you need to be, as you say, either really, really good with your finishing, or you need to have a bit of a burst of pace. And he doesn't really have that. So you're right. Probably is the finishing that would... Because that is kind of what it's always been with Cody Gakpo, his numbers, and he scores important goals. He scored winners for us against Man United and Real Madrid and Manchester City. He's done well. He's always turned up when he's needed to. Just didn't do it last year. But then again, which Liverpool player did? Key, you're a sound lad when you're not ripping into my fan base, Arsenal. I've never ripped into the Arsenal fan base. That's just false. Robert, what a player Iran Kunda is. And Jackie, how do you think Bakayo will be at this World Cup? Well, he's got an assist. Ooh, Tyler Adams foul here. Could be a yellow card for the Aussies. No, I think he's got away with it. It was Lecky. Lecky left one on him there. Oh yeah. I mean, do you know what? He did try and play the ball, but Tyler Adams just got there first, and he does catch one. Thankfully, it's quite low on the leg. Tyler Adams down. Free kick to the US. City of Northville. The thing that drives me nuts about Gakpo is how close he misses by. It's always just a few inches. Which tells you that, you know, there is a player in there, I think. It's just fine margins, as is always the case. Seismically, don't you think Somerville is a good option for the right wing? He's been brilliant for the Netherlands. I mean, he'll be a cheap option for someone, for sure. No doubt about that. Robert Key, look at my heart me level in 2 minutes. Honestly, mate, I wish I knew what you were talking about. I'm sure that's a lovely thing. I genuinely have no idea what that means. Sarah still doing the Scotland game? Yeah, I've got both games scheduled. Scotland and... Oh, nice. Cheers, Robert. What a guy. Love that. Thank you, mate. Very, very kind of you. Yes, Sarah. Sorry, I am still doing Scotland versus Morocco for sure. And I have got Brazil versus Haiti scheduled as well. So, touch wood. Unless anything happens and I start feeling a bit funny, or my little girl has a wobble again, then I'm here till 3. 1:30 a.m. kickoff is Brazil versus Haiti. By the way, it's not as late as quite a few of the other later games, because there is a 4 a.m. kickoff tomorrow morning. Turkey versus Paraguay. I am not doing that one. I can definitely do Brazil-Haiti, I think, but I'm going to be dead to the world by Turkey and Paraguay at 4 a.m. Robert, appreciate everything you do. Keep it up. Oh, mate, that's very kind. Thank you. That's honestly, it's really not necessary, but I genuinely appreciate it. I really, really do. I promise you. It's very, very kind of you. Jackie, have you watched much of Diamand? Do you think he'd be any good at Liverpool if he goes? He's very raw, isn't he? He's 19 years of age. He's had a couple of good seasons. I will say this about Diamand. He seems like a really nice lad. And Liverpool should have a no dickheads policy. You know, Victor Munoz, Osasuna fans have sang the praises of Victor Munoz, said what a wonderful player he is and what a wonderful guy he is, and he kind of leaves with the blessing. He's been nothing but a gentleman and conducted himself well. US with a chance, should be, it's there, it's 1-0. Is it an own goal? Absolutely fantastic run down the left-hand side. I think it is an own goal. Yeah, it is. And I think it's going to be Burgess who's put it in his own net. Oh, poor guy. I mean, to be honest, it all comes from the cross. It's a great run down the left-hand side. I think is it Pepe who ends up flying down the left? It's Pepe, I think, who gets down the left-hand side, beats his fullback. Exactly what you want from a winger, that. We've just been talking about Jan Diamand and how well he might do in the Prem. That's one of the big things. Fullbacks not knowing whether you're going to go inside or outside. And this is a really, really good run from the wide player. Excellent ball down the touchline. Great turn. Just a burst of pace. It's not Ricardo Pepe, is it? Dest. Who is it who puts that cross in? Is it Balogun? Might be Balogun. It is. It's Balogun. It is Balogun. Balogun with an absolutely fantastic turn. Just lets the ball run across him. Spins into the channel. Fabulous ball in. Yeah, I mean, again, he goes with his weaker foot, doesn't he? Probably not the best from Burgess, but it is an own goal. 1-0. There you go. 1-0 to the US. The Aussies have got it all to do. Here we go. The old ways, I've been wondering how you're nearly 2 minutes in front of me. I forgot I paused it earlier. What a fanny. Yes, love that. Thanks, Robert. Joganzane Gordon, who do you think will win this game? I mean, based on what we've seen so far, I think you'd be hard pushed to say anything other than the US. It's been all them. But listen, I'm a big fan of Mohamed Touré. He does well again here. Links up with his midfielder. Good effort. And that was quite close, actually. It was very close. It was a good tackle, that led to Touré getting hold of the ball. He lays it off, and it's Lecky outside of the foot Kind of is it a Trivella, like a Ricardo Quaresma type effort there. Bending it nearly into the top corner, very nearly 1-1. Good effort. City of Northfield, Somerville is a decent player if you can get him for a song from West Ham. I'd do it. There's plenty of teams that would look at Somerville. There is a bargain in there, isn't there? I think he's got a very high ceiling. Maybe you'd look at him as a little bit like Arsenal when they got Trossard from Brighton. You know, I don't think Trossard's ever been world class, but he's been a really, really top player for Arsenal as he's contributed to everything good that they've done, everything positive they've done. Australia's low block is so damn suffocating. Those crazy SOBs probably like getting hit by the ball. Scout says, is Poch morphing into Russell Crowe? He's fighting round the world. Sorry, again, South Park. Quoting South Park. Jackie says, why do you reckon they consistently go with Dest over Weir? I feel like Weir's the better player. Probably just raw pace. I mean, listen, Timothy Weir's not... He's not slow, is he? But I think Dest is the better player. Certainly if you're just looking for someone who's got that raw pace, getting to the byline. Timothy Weir is not that. Oh, big chance. Excellent header. Good block again. And it's offside. Weston McKennie with another chance. He's getting in the area, getting his head on some stuff in, Weston McKennie. Good effort, but a good block by the Aussies. Did that... Would it have been offside, maybe? No, it actually just hit an Aussie defender. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Oh, lucky boys. And he got it was handball. Yeah, handball from Weston McKennie when the ball bounces back to him. But a big chance. Very nearly USA 2-0. Probably should have been 2-0. If you get a free header there in the 6-yard box, got to work it. Got to work the keeper at least. Not even work the keeper. You've got to score, haven't you? Just get it on target. Steezy, forget the World Cup. How are we doing with Andoni? Top 4. I'd take 4th now. I think if you offered me 4th now, mate. If you offered me 4th or 5th, Champions League qualification again, I'd take it for Liverpool. Scouse, do you think an underdog team like the USA could go far? Which other non-fancied teams have you rated? Ecuador is the one that I said before the start of the tournament. Depending on how far you want to go with not rated, my shock pick for the World Cup was the Netherlands. Still thought they could and still think they can win it. The way Sweden played, listen, how you don't get too many more stronger front twos than Isak and Gyökeres, do you? I think Yasin Ayari's absolutely brilliant. We talked about him quite a bit as well. Yes, Sweden I think could surprise a few. The US certainly could surprise a few. It's going to be an interesting sort of the knockout rounds. Fascinating because you can't really separate a lot of the teams. There's been some really top performances. Ecuador, Ivory Coast was a great game. And Ivory Coast nicking it at the end showed they had ability. I thought Senegal gave a really good account of themselves against France. I know they lose the game in the end 3-1, but Senegal had multiple chances to put France to bed and just clinical didn't have a clinical finisher up there. You know, Sweden have got 2. I think if you had Gyökeres or Isak up at the top end for Senegal instead of Nicholas Jackson, genuinely I think they'd have beat France that day. Free kick. Weston McKennie again getting his head to it. Tube you using LeBron James of soccer. There you go. Yeah, not on the pitch today, LeBron James of soccer. Robert, why are the El Mala brothers insisting the club one joins, signs the other? I think that's his parents, isn't it? And to be honest, listen, Saeed El Mala, I get that. I get that would help them settle and as parents, you'd want to look out for both of your kids. Saeed El Mala's brother, probably not as talented as his brother, but he's still young. You might want to give him a chance as well and see if he can blossom in a better environment, in a better atmosphere. Maybe his parents think that, look, if you're going to sign Saeed, you're going to have to go and sign his brother as well. I can kind of see the logic in that. If it's a deal that's relatively cheap. Personally, I'd love Liverpool to go for Saeed El Mala, but that's not going to happen now. We've gone and got Victor Munoz. Aftab says, worldwide MVP of soccer is clearly Pulisic. And 3-star Reds, are the Aussies playing football or Aussie rules? One thing for sure, it ain't cricket. I'd love to. I've never actually seen a game of like a full game of Aussie rules. I'm not entirely sure exactly how it differs. Shell missed the goal. Was it good? It was an own goal, Shell. It was a great run down the left-hand side from Balogun. Smashes it across the face of goal. And in the 6-yard box, it was an own goal from Cameron Burgess. Swansea defender Cameron Burgess. Former Ipswich as well. Scouse says Jackson finished a great goal the other day, to be fair, but ruled offside. That was a good finish. I'll give him his credit. But he did miss a couple. Ismail Assar was another one guilty of missing a couple of chances. I do wonder whether Illiman and Dye might start. I'm not just saying that because Shell's in the chat and we've got a blue nose in, but I do wonder whether or not, because Ismail Assar probably wasn't that good against France the other day, whether or not they might change it up. Jamie Vargas, hello from Dallas, Texas. How about that England match? How about it? How about the US though, mate? Great to see you guys doing well. Think you'll go far in the tournament. What do you think? But yes, England did very well. It was a good performance from England. Excellent defending by the Aussies. 20 minutes in. It's all one-way traffic so far. The Aussies not really able to get out. They might have to bring on Irankunda. Torres certainly making a nuisance of himself, but he's a bit isolated up there. He's just closed down the goalkeeper. Ex-Remich, my first time watching soccer. Well, enjoy it, mate. It should be a good experience, the World Cup. It's a great introduction to soccer or football, wherever you are in the world. Jamie Vargas, I think quarterfinals or bust for the USA. Quarterfinals would be a result, wouldn't it? I think if you got to the quarters, I think Poch could hold his head high and say, I've done well, that's a success, right? That would be considered a success. City of Northville, it was nice to see both hosts win yesterday. That Canada game was wild. I only caught the tail end of the Canada game. What a ball that is. Balogun again with a better touch. Probably does make it 2-0 the US there. Touch deserted him. Great ball over the top. We're seeing that work quite a lot. Oh, and again, the Aussies playing out from the back is very reckless. And the US have pounced on it a couple of times now. Now the Aussies on the counter-attack. Great run down the right-hand side. Anthony Robinson's got plenty of pace to cover. City of Northville, you got to go out there and lock down your quadrant for the quarter. It's got to pass the rock and shoot the J. Clarky, you can see if anyone likes MUFC, follow my page and like my posts on X. Red Devils 1416. Nice. Yes, I will, mate. I can't do it now during the live, but I will have a look after the game for sure. Jamie Vargas, yes, sir. I think England will be in the finals. It's a long time since we've been in a World Cup final, mate. Apparently we're lining up a 30 million bid for Saeed. Will that be enough to get him? I have no idea. Probably not. No, I think, didn't Brentford have a bid rejected for a little bit more than that from Stuttgart? Ball down the right-hand side for the Aussies. Good ball in. Oh, excellent defending. Really, really good defending at the back there from Freeman. Velupali, it was just coming in at the near post. Torre had gone to the far post, I think, and Velupalai it was who just got in front of his man. Unlucky. Good defending that from Freeman. Again, another player whose star is rising at this World Cup. I really like him. Alex Freeman. He's at Villarreal at the moment. He's only been there briefly. He was at Orlando City last season. He's only just signed for Villarreal for as little as 3.5 million quid a few months ago. He played 9 games in La Liga. He's only 21. I'm telling you, he will be in the Premier League before long. Fabulous right back. Excellent right back. Alex Freeman. Sakati's another player we're interested in. Getting on a bit though, isn't he, Sakati? Yeah, 22. Old man. For some reason I thought he was a lot older than that. Pete, good evening, Mr. Thomas. Good to see you, sir. How are you? No Scotland, no party. Hey, we'll be live for the Scots in a couple of hours' time. The Scots and the Moroccans, the Atlas Lions, straight after this game. And then straight after that, we're going to be doing Brazil versus Haiti. See if Neymar makes an appearance. Corner for the Socceroos. Whipped in, near post. Good header away by Chris Richards. Referees give a free kick anyway. We didn't hear that key. Don't worry, the mic cut out. Good lad. Oh, here we go. First hydration break. The end of the first quarter. The first quarter is over. We just start calling it that now, shouldn't we? The end of the first quarter. Hydration break. Sponsored by Powerade. Look at that. There's nothing quite more American than that, is there? Scouts 2136. So being 22 is old. I'm in trouble. I'm 56. You're a relic, sir. You're a relic. First quarter dominated. Jamie Vargas, what do you think of the new Liverpool manager? I'm a Man United supporter. And my son is a Liverpool supporter. Friendly rivalry, but I just love the game. It brings everyone together. Oh, Jamie, mate, you'll love it here. You will love it here. This is what we do every single day, is watch football together throughout the Premier League season. And if there's no Premier League football on, then we're watching the Championship, or we're watching La Liga, or we're watching the Bundesliga or Serie A. We watch the Champions League. We watch a game every single day on this channel. And there's a bunch of fans in the chat. You'll see, City of Northville, unfortunately, is a big Man United fan like yourself. We've got Arsenal fans in like the old ways. We've got Andy Foster, who's a big Chelsea fan. We've got loads of people in the chat who support lots and lots of different teams. Ethan's a big City fan. Got Robert here on TikTok, who's a Newcastle fan. He's participating. Joe's a big Newcastle fan. Lots and lots of fans from all around the world who support different Premier League teams. And you don't tend to get that on a lot of football channels. A nice mix. And there's a good bunch. It's a nice bunch of people, for the most part. Apart from Timbo, the Chelsea fan, if he's in. But no, it's nice, really nice, mate. But in terms of what do you think of the new Liverpool manager? Personally, I wanted to keep Arne Slot. I was in a minority. I wanted to keep hold of him. I think he's a good manager, Iraola. Don't get me wrong, I liked him a lot. But I think Liverpool, as a club, tried to just appease the fans. And that's always very dangerous territory. The fans seem to have made their mind up that it was Arne Slot that was the problem. I disagree. I think we needed 7, 8 new players. And there's a bunch of players who just weren't good enough for Liverpool. And that will happen this summer anyway. So the change of manager is almost inconsequential. I'm not sure it was a smart move. But I hope to be proven wrong. I'm not such an egotistical numpty that I want my arrogant opinion to win over my club. I absolutely hope I'm proven wrong and Iraola's a massive success. But I really, really did want to keep Slot. I think Slot was a very, very good manager who was incredibly hard done by. Steve McNair, love the new Zlatan Nike commercials. And does USA win the group with a win here? Yes, they would win the group with a win because there's no circumstances where they would finish second if they get a win here. Because if teams finish level on points now, it goes on head-to-heads. Andy, great football community, great content creator, and a great bunch of fans on here. That's it. Yeah, lovely bunch. Joe Story, nice to see the Premier League have handed us an easy 3-pointer for the first game of the season. Good stuff. Can't wait for that first game, Joe. Liverpool, Newcastle. We'll be there for it, won't we, mate? Well, you will. You won't be watching, will you? You'll be at the ground. Everyone's a closeted gooner in here. Don't let him fool you. It's all a ruse. Mark Pennock says, you wanted to keep Slot. I did. Yes, I did want to keep Slot. Andy Foster, you got Jacke and Munoz, maybe Diamand, so you'll have a better season. I know, but they're all still only kids, aren't they? When we say better season, you can't underplay just how important experience is in a football team. And as talented as those guys are, Munoz, really talented player. Jacke, incredibly talented. Diamand, we've seen shades of him at the World Cup and how talented he's been, and just incredible raw pace. But they're all like 19, 20, 21. Like, you're not going to win a league title with 19, 20, 21-year-olds dominating your starting 11. It's just not going to happen. And that's a big, big problem for Liverpool next season. Virgil van Dijk, Alisson, important that we keep them. But the midfield's still a little bit junior, inexperienced. Mark says, we lacked everywhere. Slot throwing players in mad positions while players were on the bench. Go on, Mark, elaborate. What players did Slot throw? We've done this a million times, but go on, I'll bite. What players did Slot throw into mad positions? Because I'm almost certain you're going to be talking about right back. We had 7 different right backs this season. And believe me, if Frimpong and Bradley had been fit for most of the season, then we wouldn't have had 7 different right backs. But we had 7 different right backs. Why? Because we had an injury crisis at right back and had most of the season without a fit right back. So that wasn't on Slot. That was just, unfortunately, it's the luck of the draw, sadly. Jamie Vargas, appreciate your honest opinion on Iraola. He's a good manager, but he's jumping into the deep end of the pool. That's it. Yeah, it's a big, big jump up, isn't it? Bournemouth, fabulous job he did there. Very steady progression, but you've got to also say that he's never really had to deal with playing 2-3 games a week. It's easy to run players into the ground. We saw Antoine Semenyo say how they trained 7 days a week at Bournemouth, and it was just relentless. He also ranked, by the way, Bournemouth's side last season. We talk about how important set pieces are. Guess which side conceded the most set pieces last season? Andoni Iraola's Bournemouth. Not great on set pieces. So that's something he's going to have to improve. We know marginal gains, 1% better in those areas is going to be what probably defines a season. And if it's anything like last season, Andoni Iraola and his team are going to have to be much, much better at set pieces. 3-star shell keys not biting with my post. Mate, I know what you're getting at. I know. Forest are definitely going to have us again. It's always the way. It's an annual beating from Forest. But if it means we end up... Listen, do you know what? I'll take it. If you said to me now, Forest beat you home and away, but Liverpool get top 5, top 4, and Forest get in Europe. We're both happy, mate. I'll take that now. Pete Green, all Liverpool under 21s, Liverpool ladies, Liverpool under 18s, and Liverpool are my 4 teams. Not Everton. Fish in a Reese Cake says Isak to knee slide. First game season, please, Kate. Yes. Isak and Munoz at the double at St. James's Park. Yes, please. Isak started the World Cup well as well. City of Northville, I would say that would mean we have no sense of United until week 4, but it's the shit teams United struggle with. The thing is, because of the start to the season that United have, it's pressure, that, isn't it? You've got to go and win those games. The expectation is United go and win. The flip side of that is if you do win 3 or 4 games in a row, then we all know that expectations will fly, and it will be Man United are going to challenge for the title. They've won the opening 4 games of the season, or whatever it is. We'd agree. Safe Key, hope you're well. I'm very good, mate. How are you? More importantly. Finners Matty Key, is Bradley set to be back for the start of the season? I've no idea. I don't think so. No, I'm sure. Didn't we lose him? Was it January or December? It was a bad knee injury, that. I expect he'll probably be out for a while. The old ways. Has there been any updates on maybe a decision on the 115 case yet? Manchester City's 115? Not really. No. We're led to believe that a decision has already been made. It's just not been announced. What the reason for the delay is, maybe it's... Would they want to do it during the World Cup? Maybe it waits till after the World Cup. I would assume they want it done sooner rather than later, because if it is a relegation, then they need to plan accordingly. I have to expect that it would be a really weird season if Manchester City started on minus 60 points, for example. Let's say they got a 60-point deduction. I don't think that'll happen, by the way, but let's say it did. Let's say it was a 60-point deduction for Manchester City. Does that not affect the integrity of the Premier League a little bit? Does for me. Seismically says the Premier League set-piece obsession is like the post-Curry NBA's three-point shot obsession. That's how it would be for normal teams, but with United, it's the difficult teams they play well against. Raising your game. That's kind of how Liverpool used to be back in the day when we weren't that good. We always played really well against United. We had a great run against United at Old Trafford where we seemed to win every time we went there. Played really well against like your Arsenals and your Cities and your Chelseas, but they were winning titles at the end of the season and we weren't. That was, you kind of got used to that a little bit. Finners Matty says, Key, I think actually now I think about it, I heard news that Bradley could be a bit like the Kulusevski situation at Spurs. I don't know how it's related to Kulusevski. I know Kulusevski had a number of bad injuries. There was noise that Conor Bradley might not be back, and when he does come back, whenever that might be, he would be a very different player because of just how bad that knee injury was. There's a picture of him in training with the surgery scar that he's had from his knee. He looks like a shark attack victim. It's bad. Dermot Murphy, no more club talk, please. The real joy of football is currently on. Dermot, hey, mate, I agree. I apologise. I absolutely agree. Try and keep the talk to the game. We do tend to go off on a tangent here, though, from time to time. If the football's a little bit dried up, because that's what's happened since the US have scored, there's not been a million chances in the game, to be honest. It's been dominant possession from the US. The Aussies have just dropped 10 yards, sat on the edge of the box, contained. Yeah, good tackle. Again, the Aussies win it back, go long. US win it back. That's just a pretty repeatable cycle here now. But let's see. I think the halftime break might change things up again. The hydration break, it's always the hydration break that just changes the whole rhythm of the game. At 1-0, US in the ascendancy. The Aussies were trying to hit on the counter-attack. We have a hydration break after 25 minutes. And then it just changes the rhythm of the teams. Jamie Vargas, USA need another goal. Definitely need another goal. There's no doubt about that. Andy Foster, Chelsea linked with Bergvall. That'd be a good signing. Andy Foster, Mercury. If there's a point deduction, I'd rather it be before a ball is kicked rather than the middle of the season. I don't think there will be a points deduction. Don't see it at all. Fully expecting that City get a big fine, a very big fine, and a suspended points deduction. That if you do it again, then we're going to hit you with like a monster points deduction. But I think they'll get a big fine, and they might get something like a, I don't know, transfer window ban. No signings for the next 3 years or something like that. No signings for the next 3 years, and maybe even you're not going to be in Europe. We're going to take you out of Europe. Graham says, Key, have you got a half-time quiz? I haven't. No, I haven't got a half-time quiz. Oh, have I? No, I might actually have a half-time quiz. I tell a lie. Ooh, head injury down at the foot of the pitch there. I think we might need a concussion sub here because the two clattered heads and they both went down. They look okay, but looked an ugly one, that. Clips Market, Hull and Ipswich. First 2 games for United. 6 easy points. Oh, I really hope so. I really hope so. You can't say that now. City of Norfolk, it was really fun to watch with Turkey, but the atmosphere was just perfect. And Jellyfish's tactics bottle break in a hot stadium is not always needed. It stops the flow of the game, interrupts the team's flow. That's true, but I think just for consistency, if you don't give a water break to all teams, then you can't say, oh well, I don't think you'd ever be able to square that. You'd never be able to get around that. If you're giving a water break to some teams, you have to give it to all teams. How many goals do you reckon Isak gets in the Prem next season? 20? 20, 25? Got the ability to. 3-star, have you seen the piss take video, Key, on Instagram with the England players doing a different take on the hydration break? I haven't. No, I'll have to have a look at it. I'll have to have a look. USA known for their electrifying tiki-taka ways. $25 is mad, I think. Why? Why do you think that's mad? I mean, have a look at the numbers that he got previously when he was at Newcastle. He always, you know, he did very, very decent numbers at a Newcastle side that weren't anywhere near the level of Liverpool. I mean, he got 23 and 21 in his last 2 Newcastle seasons. I don't think it's outrageous to say he could do 25 in a better Liverpool side where he's going to get more chances. If he's fit, I think 25's infinitely doable. Yeah. City of Norfolk, you'd never be able to sell ad space without being able to tell them it will consistently show X many times. That as well, yeah. It's probably me being a little bit looking at them in a way of, I'm sure it's just about equality. Where I think you're right. If we're looking at it cynically, probably is as much to do with the advertising revenue as anything else. Hi, Key, just joined. How's the match going? Number 1 security. Good to see you, man. I'm good. How are you? The match is going all right. First half has been started well. I think the first 15 minutes or so was really good. USA took the lead through an own goal from Cameron Burgess, the Swansea defender. Balogun with a great run down the left-hand side, smashed it across the 6-yard box, and it was just kind of awkward clearance attempt from Burgess, and it goes into his own net. Since then, not too many chances for either team. The Aussies have sat back in the edge of the box, and the US have dominated possession, but not really done a whole lot with it. Weston McKennie's got in the box a few times and got his head on some stuff, but not really worried the Aussie goalkeeper. Good play down the right-hand side. That's a great run in the area. Excellent defending. Really, really top defending that from Sakati. Sutar wrestling with Pepe. Oh, it was Alex Freeman, actually, and it is a free kick to the US that time. Rasta! Good to see you, Rasta. Take it easy, Aftab. See you soon, man. Jamie Vargas says hydration break is a money grab for FIFA to sell commercials. See, they even go, there you go. Even the Texan, even the US fan agrees with University of Northville. It's me thinking the best of people. Finners Matty Key, what's the max you'd pay for Diamand? Do you think Leipzig are saying he isn't for sale as a transfer strategy to get us to pay more? Yeah, I think that's probably the case. USA strike, big block, should be. Oh, is that going to count? I think it is. Is he going to get chalked off? Oh, Alex Freeman with the goal. It's an offside flag that rules it out. It's going to get checked. Can we get a check on that, please, sir? Oh, it's a good effort. Alex Freeman, one of my favourite players, one of the stars of this World Cup. Ball got played to the edge of the box by Robinson. It's a strike. Yeah, I think he is just offside, actually. Yeah, it's a strike. It takes a big deflection and then headed in from Freeman, who is just offside. Doesn't count. Still 1-0. USA goal ruled out. Rasta says, driving home from work, can't get to watch the game as yet, so listening to Yuki. Safe journey, mate. Take it easy. Don't let us distract you from the road. But yeah, listen in. I'll tell you if there's anything major happening so far. It is a goal chalked off for the US. Correctly, I think, due to the offside from Alex Freeman. It would have been 2-0 to the US. There you go. But it's still only 1-0. We're 45 minutes nearly. The VAR check goes on, though. It's a long VAR check for what I would have considered to be a really, really obvious one. That looks like a really, really obvious one. But I tell you what, the more they're checking it, the more I'm thinking they might actually give this goal. Oh, they're going to give it. It's a goal. Alex Freeman, goal stands. Does he give it? Does he give the goal? Goal stands. Alex Freeman gets the goal. Where has that come from? That looked like he was miles offside. How's that been given? How has that been given? No Way Break says, I think he's onside. Am I seeing something completely different here? He looked miles off. He looked miles offside there. I don't understand how that one gets given. I have to see this one back. It's a long old check. And now it's 2. USA 2, Australia 0. This USA team is gnarly, dude. Where's he onside there? No, look, he's with the guy at the bottom. It's the guy at the bottom. The check from the guy, I'm sorry, that is crazy. That is madness. The only thing I can assume, is it because the defender? Freeman was on, Balogun was off. No, Freeman was further forward than Balogun. Freeman was closer to the keeper than Balogun. I can't wait to see this back. I think there might be a scandal on this one. Defender's back leg makes him on. I can't wait to see this. Balogun was the offside one, surely. No, Freeman was closer to the keeper than Balogun. If you watch it back, Balogun's top. If you look at Freeman, he's closer to the keeper, and he's the one that heads it in. He's on key. Get your glasses on, sir. Right, don't gaslight me. I'm going to check it now. If these FIFA folks can't do the job. It's a corner. Right, let me check this back. Do you know what? You're right. You're right. Sorry. It really did look. I thought he was offside. That was a genuine one. That was genuine. I thought he was offside there. Paul whipped in. Chris Richards can't get his head to it, and he's offside anyway, I think. Defender's back leg plays him on. Balogun was closer. No kidding. Yeah, there you go. I can see it now. I can see it now. It was Balogun who was offside. See, it's easy, isn't it? It's dead easy when you see the replays back. How's it going, Timbo? Good to see you, man. Thomas Bennett. Freeman was in the middle. Thomas, you're right. You're dead right. Australia knock it long here. They've got a big job to do now, the Socceroos. That's got to be a foul, ref, surely. Foul and a yellow card as well, I think. Oh, my God, as if he's not give... Surely that's a free kick to the Aussies. He's just got kicked in the chest there. Tim Ream. Oh, no, he does handball it. He does handball it. He definitely handballs it. Finners Matty, it was a deflection off the defender anyway, so it would have counted no matter what. No, it does, that's not how offside works, mate. It's got to be a very deliberate play from the defender. That wouldn't have mattered. I don't think you're going to get away with that one. When the original shot comes in, if he had been offside, which obviously he wasn't, I think that wouldn't have counted. That's where VAR works. Yes, do you know what? I'll stand corrected. VAR was bang on there. Timbo says, imagine Key was on VAR today, he'd have been sacked. Nah, they got it right if I'd have had the opportunity to really like slow it down and look at it like they are. Just looked at the first glance, I thought I was looking at the guy at the bottom. I was looking at the guy at the bottom and I thought it was Freeman who was closer to the keeper, but I got it wrong. I got it wrong, what can I say? Thomas Bennett, good lad UK. If that was Goldbridge, he'd be blocking people because his ego's too big. He's never wrong in his eyes. Well, I don't know about that. I quite like Goldbridge. I mean, I can't say I've spent a lot of time watching him. But, yeah, he seems alright. I don't know about that. But I've not blocked any. I won't block anyone, I promise you. You have to work very, very hard to get blocked or suspended in here. Unless you'd have a pop at Surah. Surah's very liberal with the banhammer. Shahid says the chat's fantastic tonight, loving it. Love you, Shahid. Timbo says, evening 3-star, I'm all good, thanks. Super Tommy T's bringing it home. Tommy Tuchel's not bringing it home. Avail yourself of that thought immediately. It's more likely it's going to be Super Steve Clark bringing it home. Key was caught in 4K but owned up to it at least. Fair play. Should have kept it going a bit longer, shouldn't I? I mean, you bang to rights. You can't really get it wrong. Thomas Bennett is a United fan. Not a huge fan of him. There's still that sort of lingering perception that he's originally a Forest fan and he's not really a fan of the club. He's doing it to exploit him. I hear that a lot. I'm sure he gets it a lot as well. But he's entertaining. He's been entertaining, if nothing else. Shell and 3-star likes banning people. Hey, she's not letting you forget that, is she, 3-star? Andy Goldbridge talks a lot of nonsense. Let's not make this about Goldbridge. Listen, at some point, I'm hoping the channel gets big enough that I share a room with him at least, and I can say, hey, listen, two good football channels. The Matchday Tavern is very much comparable to the United stand. The old way says Steve Clark better not bring it home when I'm going. I was gonna say your missus will be giving you digs. Good to see you, Robert. Great run down the right-hand side by the goal scorer, Freeman. Edge of the box. USA with a strike. Great save. Important save by Beach. Thomas Bennett, I don't believe that stuff as a Forest fan. He knows what gets the clicks, though. We were talking about this last night, funnily enough, because the stream was quite quiet. It was 2 a.m. kickoff, Mexico, South Korea. It's quite a quiet room. Well, it was here anyway. On TikTok, we had like 1,000 people watching. It's quite busy over there. Albeit it's not quite today. But yeah, it was interesting to chat about that last night. We was talking about how being a bit rage baity, being a bit clickbaity. You kind of need to do it in this space. And that's probably been one of the reasons why we've not grown so quickly. Josh says Serginho Dest has been the best player this half. He's done very well, hasn't he? I think you've got to give it to Balogun, the way that he flies down that left-hand side for the goal. Different class. Freeman as well. Do you know what? Don't underrate that. Freeman scores the second goal. I'd give it to Freeman, actually. I know you need to say, come on, he's not gonna shag you, bro. But Freeman was absolutely fantastic for the goal, but also he made a big block about 10 minutes before that, just after the USA went 1-0 in front. There was a ball got played to the near post, and Velupilai for Australia went in, and Freeman makes a match-winning tackle. A really, really good tackle from Freeman. And if he doesn't, then it might be 1-1, and it's a different game. Combination play between Dest and Freeman getting better and better the more they play together. Exciting for the US. Halftime quiz time. Yes, halftime quiz. If you're new around here, this is what we do every single day. We watch games of football and then we have a halftime quiz. And today's halftime quiz is none other than... Hang on, let me just get the answers up on the screen before I start telling them to you. Okay, there have been 22 players Right, there you go. Halftime quiz. There have been 22 players from either the USA or Australia with over 100 Premier League appearances. Okay? Can you name them? Get your answers in the chat. Who are the Premier League appearance holders with over 100 Premier League appearances that come from either the US or Australia? There's 22 of them. Harry Kewell. Harry Kewell is correct. He's one of them. Yes, Harry Kewell. He has got 274 Premier League appearances, Liverpool and Leeds. Reece says he can be mood, but when you stream so often, there's only so many ways of saying the same things and limit ways to answer the same questions. When he's light-hearted, he can be hilarious. That's true enough. I like that. Timbo, it's human nature, isn't it? You're more likely to engage with a comment you disagree with than one you agree with. If you agree with someone, you watch it and move on. Again, very fair. I like that. I like that. We're all human. Reece says... Oh, no, we've done that one, sorry. Who are we checking? Here we go. Friedel, Howard, Viduka, Landon Donovan. Right, hang on. Friedel, yes. Brad Friedel is yes. He is 450 Premier League appearances. Howard, 399 Premier League appearances. Who else have we got? Viduka, sorry, yes. Bart Viduka has 240 Premier League appearances for 3 different clubs. Borough, Newcastle and Leeds. Clint Dempsey, Tim Ream, Cahill. Clint Dempsey... Cahill, yes, 226. Clint Dempsey, 218. And Tim Ream, you said. Tim Ream, no. Tim Ream has 97 Premier League appearances. So he's just outside. Pulisic. Not Pulisic. No, Pulisic wasn't in the Premier League for long enough. Aaron Moy, again, wasn't in the Prem for long enough. McBride. Brian McBride, I think would be just in. Yes, 148 appearances for McBride across his spells at Everton and Fulham. Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams is just outside 80 appearances. He probably will break that this season, won't he? Is Claudio Reyna on that list? Claudio Reyna Yes, 105 appearances. Just sneaks in Claudio Reyna for his 2 clubs, Manchester City and Sunderland. Anthony Robinson and Yedlin. Anthony Robinson, yes. Yedlin, yes. Anthony Robinson, 158. Yedlin, 109. Guzan and Schwarzer. Yes, Guzan, 154. Schwarzer is there. He is number 1 for the Aussies. 514 appearances across his 4 Premier League clubs. Who were his 4 clubs? Borough, Villa. Did he play for Villa? He played for Chelsea. Borough, Chelsea. Who else did Schwarzer play for now? I'm struggling to think. Mark Bosnich. Yes, Mark Bosnich is in there. He got 208 appearances for 3 different clubs. Villa, Man United and Chelsea before he started tooting the good stuff. Lucas Neal. Yeah. Lucas Neal, 279 appearances. Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry. USA not looking too bad, not going to lie. Yep. You've got, so far, you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 left to get for the US. And 1, 2, 3 for the Aussies. So out of 22, you've got 14. 8 left to get. Ben says, watching this live in the cinema, Toy Story, pretending to watch Toy Story, top dad. My little girl's going watching Toy Story tomorrow, but she's not going with me, for obvious reasons. Epileptics not allowed in the cinema. Mark Henry, Viscera. Boccanegra is correct. Yeah, it's correct. Correct. Boccanegra is correct. Carlos Boccanegra played for Fulham, 116 appearances. Clint Dempsey we've already got. Chris Richards is not in there. Chris Richards has got 92 Premier League appearances. So doesn't quite make the top 100 plus appearances. Schwarzer played for Leicester, Fulham. Of course he played for Fulham. I don't remember him playing for Leicester. That must have been quite brief. Casey Keller. Good shout. Casey Keller is there for the US. Yeah. Donald Trump. Not Brendan Aronson. No, not Brendan Aronson. I'll give you a clue. For the Aussies, there's a player who's on the bench today for the Aussies. That should narrow it down a bit. There's also a player who played for 2 separate clubs. What clubs did he play for? Manchester City and West Ham. I think it was Man City and West Ham. In fact, I'm almost certain it was Man City and West Ham. Was it? Definitely West Ham. No, Birmingham. Sorry. West Ham and Birmingham it was. In the mid-90s all the way through to the mid-noughties, this fella played for Birmingham and West Ham. Not DeMarcus Beasley, not Jackson Irvine. No, Matt Ryan is correct. Yes. Matt Ryan, the goalkeeper, he has... how many appearances does he have, actually? Let me check. 124 for 2 different clubs. Who's the 2 clubs? Definitely played for Brighton, didn't he? I don't remember him playing for anyone else. But he's had 2. So you've got Matthew Ryan, you've got Mark Bosnich, Tim Cahill, Mark Viduka, Harry Kewell, Lucas Neal, and Mark Schwarzer. You're missing Brett Emerton. 247 appearances for Blackburn Rovers. What a player he was, by the way. Played right back, right mid, played in the centre when he was a little bit older. Very, very talented player. And the other player that you were missing for the Aussies was Stan Lazaridis. Stan Lazaridis just makes the list. For the US, you had Christian Pulisic has got 98 Premier League appearances. He just misses out. Tim Ream, 97. Chris Richards, 92. Tyler Adams, 80. All of those very close. But it's Claudio Reyna on 105. DeAndre Yedlin on 109. Carlos Bocanegra. Brian McBride, Brad Guzan, Anthony Robinson, Casey Keller, Clint Dempsey, Tim Howard, Brad Friedel. There's a couple left to get. One of them was a centre-back who spent his entire Premier League career at Stoke. US centre-back. There's another player, again, another centre-back, I think he played as a full-back as well, who came through the Man United academy and then had a spell, I think he played for Fulham and Birmingham. Maybe West Ham and Birmingham. I can't remember. But anyway, he came through the United academy. He's a defender, a Man United American defender. There you go. Will's got it right. Jeff Cameron is the Stoke City centre-back. And Jonathan Spector. Yes, Jonathan Spector is the other US centre-back who came through the Man United academy. And the final one that you haven't yet got is another goalkeeper. A US goalkeeper who played in the Premier League. He got 115 appearances in the Prem for two separate clubs. The two clubs were Fulham and Reading. Or was it Reading and Wolves? No, it was Reading and Wolves. It wasn't Fulham. It was Reading and Wolves. He did also briefly, very briefly, play for Everton. Don't think he ever actually played in the Prem for Everton. Mark Moss, good to see you. Federico Fernandez. It was Marcus Hanneman. Not Turner, no. Marcus Hanneman. Baldy Marcus Hanneman. Shouldn't really say that. But he was a different type of bald, wasn't he? There's bald and then there's bald. Like Brad Guzan was bald. Marcus Hanneman was bald. He was proper bald. Like, I get the feeling Marcus Hanneman fully, like, put Dove on his head every day. I'm catching him up. But there you go. That is the 22 players for Australia and the US who've had over 100 appearances in the Premier League. For the US, it was Claudio Reyna, DeAndre Yedlin, Marcus Hanneman, Carlos Bocanegra, Jonathan Spector, Brian McBride, Brad Guzan, Anthony Robinson, Jeff Cameron, Casey Keller, Clint Dempsey, Tim Howard, and Brad Friedel. And then for the Aussies, it is Matthew Ryan, Stan Lazaridis, Mark Bosnich, Super Tim Cahill, Mark Viduka, Brett Emerton, Harry Kewell. Never liked Harry Kewell at Liverpool. Lucas Neal, player who famously broke Jamie Carragher's leg. And number one is Mark Schwarzer. I don't think he'll ever be caught as the Aussie with the most Premier League appearances. 514 appearances for Mark Schwarzer across his Premier League career. Lucas Neal second with 279. I didn't call you Baldy. I love that. Joseph said, why do you hate Baldies? I don't hate Baldies, not at all. Love him. Andy says Gary O'Neill in talks for the Ipswich job. That'll be interesting. Gary O'Neill back in the Prem. Get amongst it. Pepe, who do you want to win the World Cup? Honestly, I don't mind. I don't mind. Fahim says, Key, I'm at the gym and tired. Give me motivation, mate. Do you want me to lift my top up and show you me... If that doesn't motivate you at the gym, I don't think anything will, buddy. But I draw the line at flashing on a live. I don't think I can do that. Less of the ball chat started to get a complex. Fun fact for you. In Scotland, if you call someone baldy, it's sexual harassment. An actual law. Mental. I saw that. Obviously, I worked in like advertising and recruitment for some time. And that was like a big thing when that came out. Because someone got sued, didn't they? It was a successful court case where they got sued for calling a fella, got called baldy by his female manager, and it was, yeah, he got money for sexual harassment. I remember that. That's not the sort of motivation I'm after, lad. Mate, that's all I've got. I'm sorry, I'm fresh out of it. I haven't got anything else for you. If it's in the gym and you need motivation, I'd just say this is what's waiting for you. Pump it. Key, you'll get banned when you're not allowed to show tits on YouTube. Rooney's lost some weight, don't you think? He might have been on the Oxford Naturals. Maybe he's on the Optimum day and night. Go and check him out. Shawnee B, do you support England or Ireland? I don't support either. I just enjoy the football. I have no horse in the race. When England go out, and I'm sure they will go out, when they do go out, I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to cheer. But I think I'll just be like, pfft. But that also means that if we do win the World Cup, then, you know, you can laugh at me and say, you don't get to take part in this. You don't get to enjoy this if they do win the World Cup. Pete, the follically challenged, Key. Follically challenged. I'll remember that. I'll remember that when I get called baldy. Mine's genetic though. My dad's got a little helicopter landing pad at the back here. So I inherited that. I was always going to get that. Don't think there's no amount of trips to Turkey can fix that, to be honest. And you've got to embrace it anyway. Honestly, that's the trick in life. Just be comfortable with who you are. You get dealt a duff card. It is what it is. Just be what you are. What is it with Liverpool not following England? It baffles me. Probably because we get called murderers and victims and go and get a job and... Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, you know, be on one side of the fence and then you're getting all sorts thrown at you of abuse. And then the week after, it's like, oh yeah, let's all come together and celebrate England. Yeah, no, you're all right. You're all good. I'm originally from St Helens as well. I'm not a Scouser, but I'm a Liverpool fan. But St Helens got done royally. We were a mining town. We royally got done over by the royals and the politicians and the Londoners, the Southerners. No time for England. Never will. Timbo, I feel like Rooney was born as a 30-year-old man. No way was he ever actually a child. And Prince Rupert, surely you'll be cheering for England if you make the final. If they make the final, probably yeah. I mean, I won't be cheering. I won't be not cheering for them. Let's say that. I'm not going to not cheer for them. I'm not a miserable bugger. I just don't really have an awful lot of. Yeah, I'm not invested in England. I'll say that. I'm not invested in it. If they do, then great. If they win it, fantastic. But if they don't, I genuinely it genuinely won't have an impact on my day. And I know for some people it'll really upset them. So for that reason, I'll be sensitive. The old way says, big man, my hurt at the front started to break away and create its own republic. Mach 3 all over. This is it. You've got to decide early, haven't you? You've got to either go gracefully with it or cling on to it as much as you can. Derek says, Key, you should get a part of the Tartan Army. Join the old ways, missus, as part of the Tartan Army. Timbo says the government did over many places, though. Newcastle were probably just as screwed over, but they all seem quite patriotic. I know, but again, is that not because they've not had much success? Newcastle weren't screwed over anywhere near as much. Do you know why? Because they were on the right side of the Atlantic. So they were still able to do all that. Liverpool's a dock, relied on trade, and just got totally cut off. So the Northwest was massively screwed. This charming Dan says, see, the Matchday Tavern has hit 400 subs since the previous game earlier this morning. It's flying now. There you go. Cheers, Dan. Good evening, Matt. How are you doing, sir? Good evening. If USA win, they haven't won the group. Turkey have to not win. No, because... Well, oh yeah, actually, to be fair, yeah. But it would still require... Turkey would have to win a couple of games really, really well, including against the US. That would be the only way that Turkey would be able to win the group, would be if the US lost their final game against Turkey. That would be the only way. Can I get a pint of Mahu, please, sir? Mahu? Good, thank you yourself. I'm very good, sir, yes. Looking forward to a big night of football. USA, Australia, Scotland, Morocco, Brazil, Haiti. I'm probably going to be dead to the world by the time the Brazil-Haiti game's over. I have had enough sleep. I only went to bed at 5 a.m. this morning. Went to bed at 5, woke up about 11:30. I had a little nap about 6 o'clock just before this game started. Had maybe an hour, little snooze. So I should be good. Should be good through to the end of the night. Mao's top tier. How dare you? Love a light beer. I mean, I've never had a beer, so I'm one to talk, mate. I haven't got any. I just tend to sneer at people just for their likes, their general innocent likes in life. I just sneer at them. Aussies have changed formations and made a sub. They have, yes. Iran Kunda's come on. Valupalai and Torre gone off as well as Burgess. Surprising, because I thought Torre had done well. He'd given a good account of himself in the first half. But Iran Kunda comes on. Metcalf comes on as well. Connor Metcalf, the St. Pauli centre-forward. Worth noting, this is never a good sign for a centre-forward, this. Connor Metcalf plays for St. Pauli. He's a centre-forward. He played 25 games last season. 0 goals. Not a good stat, that. You just sneer at people for existing. Derek React says, I see a cheeky Scotland 2-0 at the pub waiting to celebrate another win. Good lad. Hey, enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. 28 years since Scotland were last at a World Cup. Got to embrace these times. But yeah, St. Pauli, he's played 30... In fact, in the last 3 seasons, Connor Metcalf. I don't want to feel like I'm digging the guy out, but he's played 65 games and scored 3 goals in the last 3 seasons. You do a loud sneer when you see Premier League. Mate, honestly, I don't even go on there anymore. I've completely given up on TikTok lives. I won't do them. I've no interest in it. I'm investing 100% over here. The only TikTok lives I'm doing are when the game's on. I love doing the game. When the games are on, that's about it. But the chats are just an absolute waste of time. What round could England conceivably face Scotland in? I don't know, actually. I think, is it at the round of 30... Not the round of 32, the round of 16. I think the round of 16, there's a possibility we can face them. England-Scotland would be a hell of a game, wouldn't it? Like, it feels like that would mean... like almost like the vote for independence in Scotland. It feels like everything would be hinging on that. There'd be William Wallace posters everywhere. Shell, how's your sleep doing, Key? All right. Yeah, I think that the heat's the issue, Shell. It's 26 degrees in this room right now. It's boiling hot. And that, as you know, it makes it a little bit worse. But I'm okay. I've definitely had enough sleep. But yeah, if you're hot, you tend to get a bit more twitchy. It's going to be tough for Scotland. Morocco's a good team. That's a great ball forward. USA are in, 1-on-1. Balogun's in behind. Should be 3, this. Really should be. No, terrible, that. I don't know why he slows down there. No idea why he slows down. Shocking. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. It's a fabulous pass. In behind. He's got all the pace in the world. And he slows it down. And Sakati gets a big touch on it. And puts it behind for a corner kick. It's a good block. Very good block. Really good run. Wasted chance. Corner kick to the US. If Scotland gets second, they play whoever wins Group A. 3 stars says, I'll have one eye on the Scotland game and one eye out for the tow rag who's dumped a kid's old pedal car and a garden chair across the road from us on the pavement. Oh, I hate people like that. Fly tippers. Mark Lewis, hi. Who do you think will win the cup? I say Germany. I'm sticking with Spain. I said Spain before the tournament. I can't see anyone other than Spain. But my dark horse is the Netherlands. Iran Kunda can't quite get the ball away and the US recycle it. Oi, oi, oi. How are you feeling anyway, Shell? With the summer? Does it tend to exacerbate it for you as much as it does for me? Adam, evening key lad. I'm good, mate. How are you? Timbo, seen Chelsea linked with Lewis Hall. As much as it would make us look so stupid for selling him in the first place, I'd have him back in a heartbeat. He'd be a great replacement for Cucurella, wouldn't he? Yeah, he's exactly the replacement you'd want for Cucurella. But again, Newcastle are going to really, really struggle if they're selling Lewis Hall and Tonali. They've lost out to Victor Munoz. It's not a great time to be a Newcastle fan. Great deal of uncertainty. Ball whipped in, far post. Cleared away by the Aussies. Sorry, I've missed a couple of chats on Twitch. Apologies. Timbo, they're going to ask for like 70 million for Hall. Probably be a difficult one to get done. Yeah, 70 million's an awful lot. But I guess it depends, doesn't it, on just how much Lewis Hall pushes. Beyonce at the game. Known to be a big soccer fan, Beyonce, of course. Shell makes me seizures worse when it's hot. It's peeing it down again today, but clammy. Yeah, it definitely it needs a storm, doesn't it? It needs a storm to just... It's dead clammy, dead sticky. Horrible. Horrible to sleep in this weather. But I agree, it does tend to make the seizures worse. Hopefully you're alright anyway and staying hydrated. It's my big problem now. For the next 8 hours I'm talking. So when it's hot and it's humid in the room, you get a sore throat if you keep talking. Sold these Akin Gordon. Yeah, Anthony Gordon as well. Big loss. Adam, all good, mate. Not long awake for the Scotland match. Good lad. Are you staying up for Brazil-Haiti as well? No pressure, like. I mean, I'm going to be up for it if you fancy a bit of company. Various rappers. I think Solange Knowles was there as well. Key, what do you make of Voltemada and his roommate? Voltemada and his roommate? It's not even an issue, mate. Doesn't even... Yeah. What do you mean, what do I make of it? Honestly, mate, it's not even a factor. He's a very good player, Voltemada. I don't know why that even comes into people's minds. What do I make of it? Whatever. Whatever works for you, kid. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, I've no. Why would anyone have any issue with that? I mean, again, maybe that's why we've not had any footballers feel like they can announce it. I mean, again, maybe they don't necessarily need to announce it. You can live your life however you want to live your life. But yeah, if indeed Voltemada is, great. Who cares? Good luck to him. Means nothing to me. Main thing is, as you know, he's a football player and he plays how he plays and gives everything on the pitch. I don't think it'd matter to a Newcastle fan, would it? Not sure any Newcastle fan would give a toss about what Voltemada does behind closed doors, and if he's playing football and playing well, putting his effort in for the team, which he has done. I think he's been a great signing for Newcastle personally. Still a young man as well, so I'm sure he'll get better. But yeah, if it might not even be that. I don't know. It seems a bit weird that we're even talking about it, but you asked, so I'll answer. Like, I don't really make of anything. I don't make anything of it. Timbo, I've had the worst hay fever I've ever had for the last week. I don't know if that's my body just becoming weak or it's to do with this weather. Your body becoming weak? The culture, it's crazy. He came over with a group of his mates and people think he's gay. Well, I don't know if he is or not, mate. I've no idea. But again, people love to speculate about that stuff, don't they? And he's moved over with a fella that he was close with, and obviously the speculation is that he's... And maybe it's because we've not had a out gay footballer in the Premier League. Maybe it's that. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Again, does anyone really... Not in a disrespectful way to the guy, but does anyone really care? Does it actually matter? I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't think anyone really would. Andy says Voltemada would be a decent replacement for Delap. He's a very tidy player. I like him. Ben, has anyone noticed a slight delay with commentary when goals go in? Probably because it's not BBC on ITV pictures. They're just commentating over it. It might be that, actually. Yeah, I've seen... Do you know what? That's a good point. Yes. I haven't noticed it because I don't have the audio on when I'm watching the games with you guys. But yes, I that is a factor at play, I think. That when the goals go in, they don't commentate. They just kind of let the crowd and the noise of the stadium take over. Timbo, remember when Robbie Fowler called the so gay because he read The Guardian or something? He's good mates with Verts. Again. And yeah, it just doesn't make any difference, does it? Can't say that, mate. Can't say that, Jelly. Come on. None of that. The old ways, good luck to him again. Who actually has time to care about someone else's relationship? It's just not even a factor at play, is it? It just doesn't even... It's quite sad, innit? It's quite sad. That's something that we're talking about. Shell, Danny Murphy on commentary key. Well, there you go. That validates my decision to leave the audio off. Not hinting at anything, like just saying. I know, but mate, it's cool. Like, yeah, I mean, he might be. Maybe Verts is as well. I don't know. Maybe he goes always. Who knows? And if he does, brilliant. Honestly, as long as he's not turning up on a Saturday all shagged out. Good luck to him. Enjoy. Life's for living. Do whatever makes you happy. Life's short. I've no issue with it. It's not my way. It's not my way. But, you know, I ain't got a problem with whatever people want to do in life. Life literally is too short to be having an issue with stuff like that. Just doesn't make any sense. Big Nick energy. Reece, I'm socially right wing, but it would be better if any footballers felt free to be openly themselves. The happier they are in their personal lives, the better they'll perform on the pitch. Again, very true. Yeah. Yeah. I don't necessarily think it should be a whole big thing, but, you know, it probably needs to be at some point. No top-level footballer is ever going to come out. Remember Mason Mount tweeted support to Josh Cavallo for coming out and he got so much abuse, and he's not even the gay footballer. Yeah. Again, just mad, innit? Just mad. The thing is, I think once you realise in life that people will just find fault with anything. There will be always, it doesn't matter what you do. If you go left, some will say right. If you go up, they'll say down. It just doesn't matter. There'll always be a group of people who have a pop at you for some decision you've taken, and whatever that may be. So the smartest thing you can do very quickly, as early as you can in your life, is realise, do you, make sure you're not hurting anyone else, but do you, look after your family, look after your mates, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Life's too short. Shagged out, the most terrible of the inflictions. Claim for the penalty, strike! Is there a penalty? I think there is there? Push in the back. I think it's a penalty for the Aussies, is it? Is it a pen? I think it is. It's going to be a penalty kick. Has he give a pen? Or is it a shove in the back on the US It's a lovely ball into the channel. Iran Kunda spins off Tim Ream. I said this bit at the start of the game. What is Tim Ream doing down there? Iran Kunda plays the ball in. That's a penalty. That is a penalty kick. He's saying there's a shove. I think he's give a pen. I think he's give a pen. There was a shove there. In the build-up to the shot goes over the bar, but that is a penalty. And the referee goes like that. Has he give a pen? He's not. What's going on here? The referee for a second there pointed, didn't he? Dominic, I think you've got the wrong end of the stick, Dominic. Pete says, I don't care what our players do. Isaac can dance around handbag as long as he's scoring. I'm good. Again, yeah, I was going to say, I don't think football fans particularly... Most football fans, anyway. Can't please them all, as Adam's saying. But yeah, I think most football fans don't think they particularly care what goes on, as long as they're happy, healthy, and working hard for the football team. Key is 0-3 here. I'm owning them though. I'm owning them every time. City of Northville, I'd use it to my advantage. Grab some thigh during the corner. I mean, to be fair, Gaza used to do that, didn't he? Gaza was known for, and Vinny as well, known for grabbing hold of some tackle on corner kicks. Probably not best advised, to be fair. Clips in other news, I need a Balogun shot on target and a Chris Richards shot on target. Yeah, I was going to say, I have no idea. I have no idea the culture, I agree. 300, nice. Go on, lad. Jamie Vargas, who are you taking, Scotland or Morocco? I think I would be inclined to say that one's going to be Morocco. But I think the Scots can give him a good game, but I do think Morocco probably will do it. Scouse says, has anyone got any Scotland team news? I'll tell you now, yeah, we might have some early team news for the Scots. No, we don't have any team news for the Scots. Timbo says, everyone says they don't care, but if Voldemar came out when he was playing against them and scoring, we all know what's being said to him. Oh yeah, but that's the thing. That's where, as fans, you've got to say it to your own mob, haven't you? Like, if there was someone in the crowd giving that sort of stuff, then inevitably that's what you'd have to turn around and you'd have to say something and you'd have to report it. What's the parlay for this game, Key? So I just went with USA to win, over 1.5. I think I also had... I think I just had that. I think I had USA to win and over 1.5. I'm almost certain that's all I had. I think maybe I had USA most corners as well. Jamie, if it was a drinking contest, I'll take the Scots. Yeah, but if it was a falafel eating contest, it'd be the Moroccans. Reese, 2 fabulous games tomorrow, pal. 4 high-quality teams, each sprinkled with stars. Do we have the pleasure of you for both? Netherlands, Sweden, yes. Germany, Ivory Coast, yes. I think it's Ecuador, Curacao at 1 a.m. I'm debating whether or not to do that one, though. I might do Ecuador, Curacao. But I'm certainly doing Sweden Netherlands, Sweden, and I'm doing Germany, Ivory Coast. Now, given who I support, I bet you can't guess who the thumbnail players are for Germany, Ivory Coast, and Netherlands, Sweden. I bet you can't guess who they are. Yeah, I think I just had... It's part of an acca. I never ever do. I never like doing just one game. So, I think I've got for this one... USA most corners. Yeah, how many corners have the USA got? The old ways, to be fair, any footballer that said after a bad game that they were just shagged out. I mean, there's no arguing with that. Lucky bastards. It's true. It's very true. Timbo, I had falafel and it made me sick. I said I falafel. I'll see myself out. That's a terrible joke. That's awful. That's absolutely shocking. He's got for Hitler and Drogba. Good grief. I've gone for not Voltemada and Ahmad. No, I've gone for Wirtz and Jan Diamand for Germany, Ivory Coast. And I've gone for Van Dijk and Isak. Yeah, there you go. Richard Kennedy's got it. Isak, Van Dijk for Netherlands, Sweden. Kai Havertz for Germany, easy. Kai Havertz and Abue. Yeah, how many corners? 6-2. 6 US corners, 2 for Australia. That should be enough, shouldn't it? I should win that one. Pete, Liverpool, heavy tomorrow. Can't wait. Yeah. Liverpool dominating in terms of goals and assists at this tournament. Netherlands, Sweden tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. I think it's a 6 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? I think it's 6 o'clock for Netherlands, Sweden, 9 o'clock for Germany versus Ivory Coast, and then a 1 a.m. kickoff for Ecuador, Curaçao. I'm debating whether to do that third one. I'm going to have to see how tonight goes. We'll see if... Because this is my first time at this tournament doing 3 games in a row, and there's not a lot of space in between them. So when one live ends, it's maybe half an hour and we're straight back on. So I've not got a lot of time to, like, have a brew, switch off. I've got to kind of get everything live set up again for the next one. Change the lights behind me. I've got to change the colour of the lights behind me. What colour lights should we have for the next game? Scotland, Morocco. Should we go purple for that, or red, or green, or blue? White, yellow. Liverpool fans doing what they do best. Go in there and make it about you. Liverpool are dominating the World Cup. Oh, come on. Come on. You can't say that. Adam, health is your wealth key. Take it easy. This is it, mate. The last thing you want is me having a episode on a live and then probably don't see me for a couple of weeks after that. If I'm lucky. Yeah, you might never see me again if it's a bad one. I shouldn't really laugh. I really shouldn't laugh. But yeah, I think 3 games is pushing it. 8 hours stood up in a hot room talking. Absolutely knackers your throat at the end of it. Arsenal fans rubbing their hands. This is it, yeah. And there would be. There'd be some. Timbo, I'd never wish an episode on you ever, but it would probably get views. Yeah, I mean, it probably would, but I don't think it's the kind of views I'd want, I'll be honest. I really don't think it's the kind I'd want. Maybe if we're getting desperate down the line. If we're getting desperate down the line and all of a sudden I start doing 4 games in a row at 5 a.m. Shell would catch me, to be fair. Shell would say, listen, I know your game. Oh, Easter Bunny, listen, mate, I absolutely don't if you're spamming. So no, I can't have you spamming, mate. Please don't spam. Don't spam. It's not nice. All you're doing is basically saying to everyone in the chat that your comment's more important than theirs. So please don't do it, mate. The old ways, putting up with our shite patter for 8 hours. Christ, you're due a break, big man. You know, you get a sleep after the game's finished. I want to watch the games. I think if I wasn't streaming the Brazil game, I probably would watch it. But streaming it's a bit of an extra pressure. Jamie, I'll be at the Japan v Sweden match on Thursday here in Dallas. What a Father's Day gift from my wife. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's really nice, mate. Enjoy. Hopefully we'll see you on maybe one of the later games. 3-star, it doesn't do our ears any good, Key. Only joking, mate. Finners Matty, I'm back now. Key, what do you think's been your favourite game and least favourite game of the World Cup so far? Ooh, that's a good question. Favourite game, I would say, has been... Do you know, I'm gonna stick with Ecuador and Ivory Coast. I really enjoyed that. I was so gutted that I didn't stream it. My little girl was poorly, so we had a very valid reason for not streaming that one. But that was a very, very good game. Ecuador, Ivory Coast was a great game to do. In terms of games that I've not particularly enjoyed, I mean, Mexico, South Korea wasn't brilliant yesterday. That was only 1-0. I think back to... I mean, Belgium and Egypt was 1-1. That was pretty crap. Canada versus Bosnia was poor as well. Didn't love that one. Yeah, I'll say it was last night. I'll say it was Mexico, South Korea last night. That was probably the worst game of the tournament in my opinion. Spain, Cape Verde was shit. Yeah, that was 0-0, but it was the sort of game that it was exciting because it was like, oh, can they hang on? And the Cape Verde keeper did make an awful lot of very big saves. So, whoa. Again, bit of feistiness going on. Followed in Balogun, having a little freak out there with Jason Geraya. Jason Geraya, the centre-back of Australia, plays for Albiret Niigata in Japan. City of Northville, do something shocking so the cameras catch you in your Oxford Natural QR shirt. Henry Bush, how's it going? Taylor, evening Key, you watching all the games tonight? Yes, mate, yep, I am doing. Not a valid reason, should have told Premier League daughter to get on with it. No excuses, play like a champion. My favourite so far was Turkey and Australia, which surprised me. Yeah, I mean, that was a very, very good performance from the Aussies. I thought that Turkey would turn up at this. I'm kind of intrigued to see. I'm not going to watch it because I am definitely going to be asleep for that one. But Turkey-Paraguay tonight is an absolutely huge game. 4 a.m. Turkey versus Paraguay. That one, Turkey have got to win that, haven't they? They've really got to win that. I mean, Paraguay have got to win it too. They got beat in the first game against the US. Important game for both sides, but when you consider, everyone kind of thought Turkey they've got a bunch of players there. Kenan Yildiz, Arda Güler, bit of a golden generation coming through of young players, plus, you know, real experience in there like Çalhanoğlu. They have undoubtedly got quality, Turkey. And I was surprised. I was really surprised. So Turkey, Paraguay will be an interesting one. Might pop an Oxford and stay up. I mean, so what time does Brazil-Haiti finish? 2:15, 2:30, 3:15. Might just see how I'm feeling. I might stay up for that one. Might watch it. I'm definitely not streaming it, but I might watch it. Balogun is giving Australia fits. Taylor, have you missed any games? I've watched some. Yeah, I've watched some games. But I've not... As in, I've watched them but not streamed them. Claim for a penalty there again. You're not getting that. Yeah, I've watched some but not streamed them. I've watched pretty much every game, either watched or streamed. In fact, I've watched or streamed. The only ones that I've not. What's the only one that I've not? The 4 a.m. Couple of 4 a.m. ones I've not done yet. But then again, I did a 3 a.m. the other night. Do you not get tired? Yeah, if you've not had enough sleep. If you've not had enough sleep, then you of course you get tired. But usually it's the football that keeps you awake and the nice people in the chat anyway. Finners Matty, I feel like Turkey v Paraguay will be a way better game than Brazil v Haiti. Debating whether I should go to sleep after Scotland and then wake up for Turkey at 4 a.m. Go for it, mate. I might still be awake for it, but I'm definitely not going to stream it. I think 4 games in a row and the wife will start telling me off. I'll get messages. Get messages from the wife saying, hey, you said 3 was your limit. You're doing 4, you know. I think the wedding ring might have to come off. Can you imagine getting your door kicked in because you mentioned popping an oxy over text and it was just Oxford Naturals? Yeah, probably shouldn't say that. No work tomorrow morning, Jelly, so I'll see how awake I am for Brazil. Good stuff. Hey, maybe even if you only watch the first half, maybe. See how you get on. Scotland team news is out. Go on, let's go through the Scotland team. In fact, I might be able to get it up on the screen. Might be able to switch it over. Should we have a little look and see if I can get it up on screen for you? Oh, I can't change the I can't do it without changing the scoreboard. Let me see if I can do it. Fixtures. Scotland lineups. So there you go. Yes, there you go. There's the lineups. Oh no, it's not. It's not the lineups. Ignore me. Ignore me. It's not the lineups. They've not populated on here just yet. Lawrence Shankland is not playing. The Scotland lineup is Angus Gunn in goal, Grant Hanley, Hendry and Tierney at the back. Kieran Tierney playing as a left-sided centre-back. Nathan Patterson starts. That's an unusual decision from Steve Clarke. Andy Robertson on the left. And then it's a midfield of McTominay, Lewis Ferguson, John McGinn and Ryan Christie. Che Adams up front. He'll be very isolated there, Che Adams. I think Scotland looks like Scotland are playing for the point there. Morocco have got Bono in goal, Mazraoui, Chadi Riyad, Issa Diop and Hakimi. That's a great back line, isn't it? Bouadi and El Ainaoui start. Unahi in midfield. El Kanous, Brahim Diaz and Saibari, who's about to sign for Bayern Munich as well. That's pretty much a stellar all-star Morocco side, isn't it? That's incredible. Jamie Vargas says, Key, if you ever come to Texas, look me up. We'll have a barbecue and a beer, brother. Oh, sign me up. I'd love to come to Texas. I'd love it. No Ben Doak is a shock. They're defo playing for a point. I agree. Yeah. Anyone over the age of 25 staying up past 12 for World Cup games is mad. Well, I think, yeah, I can justify it because this is, like, legitimately my... I'm pursuing it as a career. I can argue that point till I'm blue in the face. But yeah, there's a hell of a side there, isn't there? Take it easy, football talks. Timbo McTominay is genuinely one of Scotland's best ever players. How mental is that? I don't mean best Scottish players, I mean best for the Scotland national team specifically. Yeah, that's probably true. There was a lot of Scotland players who kind of flattered to deceive. They were always very good players for clubs, but maybe never did as well for the country. Gary McAllister was a little bit like that. He never quite thrived when playing for Scotland. Yeah. Connor says, nothing to take away from America playing really well, but Australia haven't been threatening at all. They just haven't, have they? They've not really had the ball, Australia, in forward areas. Finners Matty, question for Key and chat. Do you think McGinn is overrated, fairly rated, or underrated? I've been debating with my friend for a while, who is a Villa fan. I would say he is. I would say he's fairly rated. I think he has. I think people have recognised just how good John McGinn is now. He probably was underrated a few years back. I would have loved Liverpool to sign him. He was an astonishing player. Reese, I don't know how Scotland aren't going to be camped in their half for 90 minutes. Virtually no attacking outlets in there. Just lots of legs in midfield, isn't it? McTominay is probably one who'll get beyond. I think it might be Christie and Ferguson sitting a bit deeper. And maybe McTominay will be... McTominay and McGinn will be charged with getting up the pitch a little bit more. We saw McGinn get in and around the box, and that's how they scored against Haiti. So maybe John McGinn will be the threat, the outlet. Jellyfish says Aussies need to just go for it and try and get a point. No point sitting back. Damage of 2s is already done. Try and get a goal, Aussies. They've got it, yeah. They have certainly started to push a little bit more, but just not really done anything to... I don't think the keeper's made a save, has he? It's a great run. This is a good ball in. Edge of the box. Got to hit that. Oh, why'd you take a touch? What are you taking a touch for? Claim for a penalty from the Aussies. I can't believe he doesn't take a touch. He takes a touch there. You've got to hit that. Ball out to the right-hand side. Good ball in. And US clear it away. And now on the counter-attack, if they can get it. Aussies win it back. This is better. This is much better. They've got the US penned in their own box. Might get a corner here. And he does. Excellent defending. Adam, he's a Scottish James Milner. City of Northville, this game showed the hype was premature with the US. Nah, that's not a penalty. It was Chris Richards going through the back of Iran Kunda, but I think he got enough of the ball there. Claim for the penalty, certainly from Tony Popović. I get why you'd claim for it. Aussie corner, floated over to the far post, recycled on the far side. Chance to stand it up. And I think it's going to go out, is it? Chance. Oh, how's that stayed out? Oh my God. How's that stayed out? He's given a free kick, the referee. Oh, it looked like everyone switched off for a minute there. How's that stayed out? That's absolute madness. I think it's Geraya, isn't it, who has a swipe at it. It stood up to the far post. Watch this. It gets played back. Oh, fresh air shot that. Fresh air shot from Sutar. Sutar really should score. Yeah, should score. Connor says, honestly, I think that the American players are just so much quicker than the Aussie players. They're just lazy. They're playing lazy, not winning many of the 50-50s. I'll tell you what is crazy, by the way. Forget lazy. Crazy. Why is Tony Popović in this heat wearing a black shirt with a black tie? That's not very smart, is it? The old way says, big part of the problem for Brendan Rodgers at Celtic in his first spell is he wanted John McGinn and the board refused to pay $3 million. That's a very, very bad decision. Timbo says, Key, can you name 5 female footballers? Why are you trying to out me, mate? Why are you trying to out me? And by the way, yes, I can. But why are you trying to out me? That's not nice, that. I thought we were mates. Do they have to be current? Do they have to be active? Or can I go back? Can I go back to like Mia Hamm? Mia Hamm, Megan Rapinoe, Eni Aluko. Alex, shut up already, mate. Oh, why are you so aggy? Why are you so aggy, Alex? Prince Rupert, the black gets hotter than other colours is a myth, actually. I only found that out recently. Is that true? I thought that was like a thing. If you wore black while you're out and about, you're going to get hot. It's only outing you if you can't do it. Let's go current. Do you know what? I'm not even playing your little game. I'm not even gonna play your little game. Of course I can name 5. I can name 20. Easy. Pfft. Carney, Epps, there you go. There's 5. Done it, Jelly. Sorted it. Your wife disagrees. Bunny Shaw, Chloe Kelly, of course. Chloe Kelly. Sam Kerr, Lucy Bronze. Yeah, I'd have said all them. They're all the ones I'd have said as well. Yeah, that's it. Mad Dog Josh. I have to say I'm not impressed of the World Cup this year. It's so boring to watch. I don't know what you were expecting, mate. I think it has been really entertaining. I've quite liked the World Cup. I mean, it's a lot of competitive football. Balogun's having a little wrestling match there with Sutar. Name 10 Germans to play in the Prem. Oh, that's easy. I can name 10 Germans. Could probably do a German 11. Ron Robert Zieler. Think of the German right back. Marcus Babbel. German centre backs. Robert Huth. German centre backs. Rudiger. German left back. German left back in the Prem. Can't think of a German left back in the Prem. I'll just go through the midfield then. Haman. Oh, yellow cards all round here. The referee's just... Haman, Wirtz, Balak. Chloe Kelly's enough for me. Ozil, yeah. Ozil, thanks for helping me out. Oxford fan, evening everyone. Just joined Fantasy League because I didn't realise there was one. Oh, it's in the description, yeah. Good to see you. We're getting the Fantasy League filled up. No worries, Shell. It was the troll key. Yeah, see, you little troll. Voltamada, Werner, of course, yeah. Voltamada and Werner. Sané. Loads of them. Just trying to think of German ones who played for Liverpool. Karl-Heinz Riedler as well. 3 yellow cards in one goal there. Might be some more, to be honest. It's starting to get a bit erratic now. The referee's losing control of this game. Christian Ziege. The player who got Liverpool a fine. A big fine. The old way says, I put my thumb on the screen and swiped up and it zoomed in on the big man's face. Hey, lucky you. Can't believe Key actually couldn't name. Oh, I can't. Do you know what? Don't even. You're trying to start rumours about me. And the other rumours haven't stuck. Good to see you in Oxford. Rubes, don't say I love you too. I didn't even see it. Where are you? Oh, I did see you put... Oh, sorry, Rubes. Sorry, mate. How are you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. I feel like I've not seen you in the chat for a while, Rubes. You not fell out with me, have you? Timbo, you'll get timed out. You're a misogynist, Key. You old misogynist. That's what I used to say when we were watching the Women's European Championship last year. It's all misogyny. I'm good, I've been behaving. That's a change. Nice. Malik Tillman. Good clearance, Australia now. They've got only 5.5 minutes to score 2 goals. They've not really looked like scoring, if we're being brutally honest. It's not been a great game for the Aussies. Ben, are you doing the Scotland game? I am, mate. Yes, I'm doing the Scotland game and I'm doing the Brazil versus Haiti at 1:30 a.m. If you're awake. If you're awake for that one. I'll be doing Scotland-Morocco, followed by Brazil versus Haiti. Australia with a terrible cross. And it's out straight on the far side for a goal kick, is it? Has it stayed in? No, it's bent out. Bent out to play. Game you. Hard working. Ginger Ray, cheers for the follow. Thank you very much. Rubes, is your wife okay with you doing this? Yeah, I mean, I think she's actively encouraging it, to be honest. If it keeps me out, she gets a good night's sleep. I'm watching games at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock rock, and she's having the bed to herself. It's not me snoring next to her, or her snoring. Probably shouldn't say that. Ryan, what's your sleep schedule been like during the World Cup, Key? Depends what games we've got early on in the morning. So you've got to try and get your body to a point where you're waking up at about 5, 4. Well, wake up at minimum. You've got to be asleep at like lunchtime. If you're awake at 11 a.m., you're already going to struggle. You're going to have to go and sleep in the afternoon then. So you've got to try and find a point where you're awake at 5 a.m. and fine. What a ball that is! Oh, Balogun couldn't quite get to it. Thank you very much, Rubes, for that. The land down under definitely rings a bell in this match today. Proper shambles. Pete Green, all keys like our Prime Minister, nothing sticks. Timbo would have you believe I'm like our former Prime Minister, David Cameron. Did dirty stuff to pigs. This charming dancer is another German. Jan Kirchhoff would have been a brilliant player, but he was made of quavers. 2 games, 6 goals, 6 points for the US. Down under the table. That was the music today for our Instagram story and our TikTok story. I always put a story on every single day of the games that we're going to watch. If you haven't yet, please do go and follow me over there. Key Thomas, the Matchday Tavern. You can find me on Insta. You can find me on X. You can find me on the Red app as well. Find me over on the Red app if you haven't already. TikTok, wherever else you want to follow me on socials. I'm everywhere. But every day, I always do a post of the games that we're going to watch. And I always try and make a song that's a little bit loosely linked to it. So I had the Borat theme music for Uzbekistan versus Colombia. Even though that's not Kazakhstan. It was one of the stands, and I was looking for a bit of a song that would encapsulate Uzbekistan. And when I searched Uzbekistan dance music, that's what came up. Ref's cramped up. Have we ever had a ref injury like this? I think it's just cramp, isn't it? I don't think he's actually hurt himself. It just looks like maybe it's a hammy. We've only got 2 minutes left for big fella. Come on. Right, big man, I'll see you and the rest of you handsome bastards at the Scotland game. Yes, good lad. They don't use magic spray, they just take shots of Oxford Natural. Key, how have you just ignored the ref being injured like it didn't happen? It's not a big thing though, is it? The ref going down just like... It's just a bit of cramp, he's back up. You see it a lot of the time, that. Oh, Timbo. Listen, if you can find Uzbekistan dance music, you're better than me. I really did try and find it, but I was just looking for Uzbekistan dance music. So I try and make it somewhat linked to the game. I've got Sash for Ecuador. Straight out for a goal kick. Easy peasy. Volpato. 2 more changes for the US. Another bit of advice, by the way, if you're looking to stay up, go and get yourself some turmeric. Turmeric shots. I've got a little bottle of and it's got 6 turmeric shots in it. And if you have a shot of that, oh, you're awake for the next 3 hours. Uzbekistan has a thriving dance scene, mate. All right, well, I'm culturally backward then when it comes to Uzbekistan's dance music. I did search for it, believe it or not. There wasn't a playlist in sight on Spotify. And when I did click Uzbekistan dance music, the only song that I actually recognised was the one that comes up for Borat when he's sunbathing. Dun, 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 dun. Go and check it out anyway. How's it going, Chesney? Adam says, I have ginger and turmeric shots. Jesus, they are rough. They are grim, aren't they? They keep you awake. USA in the area. Chance for the third. Offside. And I think that might be that, to be honest. Referee's holding his hammy here and going, come on. Need to call time on this quite quickly. Right, a quick reminder, by the way. Quick reminder. Finn's Matty Key, is that alcohol? I'm under 18. What, turmeric? No, turmeric's not alcohol. No, turmeric's good for you, mate. Search it. Turmeric is very, very good. It's very healthy. Turmeric and ginger. People have shots of turmeric and ginger, and they take turmeric and ginger supplements and things like that. It's healthy for you. It's like natural energy. I mean, if you taste it, you'll be like, it's horrible stuff. But it's good for you. Right. I will be back in an hour, by the way. This is ending in a short while. I'll say it won't be an hour. It'll be like less than 45 minutes, won't it? Scotland Morocco kicks off at 11 p.m. I am back at 10:45. Gooner Forever. Why are the American fans dressed as Where's Wally? That's not Where's Wally, mate. That's Uncle Sam. Great ball in. Timothy Weah can't quite get to it. They call Mr. Edward... They call me Edward Scissorhands the way I'm cutting up the dance floor, mate. Oxford fan, I'll be here as well, Key. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Shell, make sure you eat, Key, please. Do I look like I have trouble eating, Shell? I'll put something away. I'll have a little sandwich or something in between. Anfield Vortex, good to see you, mate. I am just about to dart off. So do us a favour, if you've not already, please leave a like on the video on your way out. The Tavern's going to be shutting down temporarily. We'll be back in 40 minutes for Scotland against Morocco. Should be a really, really good one, that one. In fact, let me change the fixture over now while we're live for it. I'll be back for Scotland versus Morocco. Hopefully you'll all be there with me. If you're not, maybe you'll be back for Brazil versus Haiti, which will be straight after it at 11 p.m. Sorry, 1:30 a.m. Brazil-Haiti. So as soon as Scotland-Morocco finishes, Brazil-Haiti is 1:30 a.m. I'm live for both of those. And then back tomorrow night for Netherlands versus Sweden. Virgil van Dijk versus Alexander Isak. Either way, lovely to chat to you. Great result for the US. Fantastic result. Not a brilliant performance for the Aussies, but the win against Turkey should still realistically see them through to the knockout stage, even if they don't pick up another point. That Paraguay game on the final group stage game should be big for them. Right. Lots of love, everyone. Take it easy. Have a lovely, lovely night if you're not coming back. If you are, I'll see you in 40 minutes. Ta-ra.